Non Solo Anima TV è con Karen Tagg, ricercatrice.
Hello, my name is Karen Tagg. It's nice to meet you and to be here in Italy. I'm very sad that I can't speak Italian language, but I try to explain it in English as well as I can. I'm here invited at the conference, and the reason why I'm here is that I am the owner of an institute which is doing research on archaeological objects, but also is doing research in school medicine. We are using our equipment. It's a special kind of technique. It's called the photon camera technique. It's photon camera devices we are using to test medical equipment in university hospitals to make the energy field of the human beings visible. That's a very new kind of research, and it's sensational area that we can make the meridians visible by using a special kind of photo technique to make the energy fields run visible, which are running into a human body or which are existing at energetic places or energetic paranormal fields, like for example the Cheops pyramid is an archaeological subject, but we can measure also electromagnetic fields at that places. We measured electromagnetic fields also in Stonehenge and other very important places, and we also made a research of the topic of the crystal skulls. And I was able to make measurements with all well-known crystal skulls, like the crystal skull in the British Museum and the crystal skull in the museum in Paris, the Museum Kevoli, and also the Mitchell Hedges crystal skull. We made visible that in the crystal skulls is some information stored. That means they are causing an electromagnetic field because they are of silicate. On silicium, you are storing in this time in computer technique a lot of files, and you use it for hard drive and hardware. And we found out that there is in some crystal skulls an information downloaded, and we can make it visible by using the special kind of photon camera to make the photons movements visible by it's looking like colored bands of light. And that's something very interesting, that we can prove energy. Some people can feel energy, and you don't have to explain to them that it does exist. But my dream was to make this energy visible for people which are asking the questions, is energy existing, or is it just a matter of believe it? And with this kind of technique, we made research with all special crystal skulls and all over the world, special archaeological objects, also relics of the Catholic Church, and we measured a lot of interesting phenomena of photon activity, and that's really a very nice and interesting kind of research, and that's the reason why I was invited here.
So you spoke about informations downloaded in the skulls, so they are like computers.
Yes, crystal skulls can be declared like computers, because we found out that there are electromagnetic waves inside, and on these waves you can imagine like radio waves, when you have a radio station and sending out a signal, and these waves are transporting information. And in the skull, some skulls are also electromagnetic waves causing, and they are connected with some informations, and we check the resonance of this information up to the human body. So we made visible that there is information changing the energy field of a human body from some crystal skulls. That means it is similar, because we found out also that the DNA of the human body has an electromagnetic wave field. And it's similar and identical, the waves which are caused by some crystal skulls. Not every crystal skull is doing that, but some special crystal skulls do that. I came on the theme of the crystal skulls of a very interesting story. I was a researcher in school medicine, and I had 2 times near-death experience. And I had a trip to a Peruvian shaman, which healed myself and gave me instruction. And he called me, you will be the leader, or you will have a very, very important and interesting job to tell the world what energy is. And you will take care of a holy secret stone, which you will find in some years. I forgot about that after leaving Peru and didn't think of anything anymore. And then one day they presented me a crystal skull and gave it to me, and it's an ancient Peruvian crystal skull, which is Corazón de Luz. And I found out some interesting phenomena, like changing weight. That's something very strange. When you are an archaeological profession, and then you know that a subject is changing weight, is very, very scaring. You can't believe that. And so, because of my work in school medicine with testing medical equipment, I came from the idea also to test the kind of ability of crystal skulls. And that made so sensational results that now a German publisher was printing a book about that. And also Acacia Edizioni Armenia will bring out my book in January next year here in Italy in Italian language. So you can see the pictures we took of several places like Stonehenge or like Avebury or the pyramids of Gizeh and the crystal skulls.
How many kinds of crystal skulls have been identified till now?
This is a question which I am asked very, very often. And I completely disagree to some informations that the actually curators, for example, from the British Museum have, because they name the crystal skulls maybe fakes, which I've done in 1920 in Germany, or between 1920 and 1940. They disclaim it, they explain it. They made a structure research with electron microscope and saw some scratching on the skin, and that's the reason why they declare it is maybe a fake produced with mechanical methods like diamond tools. But it is not right, because when you think that 1924, how the excavation was done, it was where explorers, they took only the things out of the excavation, they brought it and they wanted to sell it for a good price. So you don't know what happened after excavation such an object. Maybe they polished it after to make it looking more good. When you think that a crystal skull have been maybe found under tons of stones, maybe one crystal skull had a scratch on the skin or was a little damaged, and they polished it after to make it looking more good. And so now you can't tell, is the polish now from making it looking good for it to have a better sale price, or it is the original kind of polish for producing it. And the only way which I'm searching for is to find skulls which are carrying information. And I found already three crystal skulls which are carrying information and communicating together. And also we found in old scriptures, that's a Kabbalistic scripture of the Zohar, the text of the Atikumim, that's the Ark of Covenant. The Ark of Covenant is described in the Zohar as many skulls communicating and carrying the wisdom of the universe. That's a similar describing of the skulls like the Mayan prophecy is giving it. So the Mayan prophecy is much more in time before the first crystal skull was found. So my idea was to find a scripture or a text which is describing something like skulls before the first skull, 1924, the Mitchell Hedges skull was discovered in Lugantun, was found.